All right, we are live, and hopefully we won't have any technical difficulties. All right, we're here for night 2 of, it's Building with Buds 10.5, the anniversary edition, super special. I think we'll get cracking on there. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great.
Awesome.
How's everybody else doing?
Had a good day today.
Yeah, I had a busy one.
Got our Aussies here. Snowlena and Dipsbrooks. Looks like he checked in a little earlier in the day. Not sure if he's back.
Yeah, the special guest will not be Kramer.
I don't know that we would have been so calm if that was the case.
Right.
I'm just going to throw that out there.
Hey, Doug. How's it going?
Hey, Doug. Brad.
So we're starting with bag 5, right?
Yeah, 5 of 9.
5 of 9.
But bag 9 is kind of tiny.
What's that?
Bag 9 is like a tiny bag. It's not like
it's just
it's full. Yeah.
And Newman. Bag 9 is the Newman. So we're starting off with a minifig again.
Hey, Tim. How you doing?
Tim, how you doing?
Yeah, we got a minifig now. Who do we got, Kevin?
We got Elaine.
Elaine Dennis.
That's to say. That's a nice looking hairpiece right there.
Man, I wish I could twist her body so she could do the dance.
Well, she's wearing that, like the pantsuit that she was doing the dance in.
Exactly. I absolutely love that. Like I said before, there's certain episodes that kind of just
stick.
Absolutely stick in your head. And I mean, that was one of them. And then my biggest other one was the shirt off for going to the bathroom and the well, and of course the water was cold. But
one of mine is Soup Nazi.
Soup Nazi for sure.
Yes. Yeah. That one's great. I like the one where Costanza is trying out food in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And another one of my favorites, Newman and Kramer are doing the bottle collecting, and Jerry's mechanic steals his car because he's upset that Jerry's not taking care of the car.
Not taking good care of it. Yeah. There's also the when Kramer adopts the highway section.
Yes.
He's taking care of the highway. Oh man. Well, it says also the person who guessed that my heart set was a portrait of Kramer. Hard no.
Who would have done that?
I think I was the first to guess it right away. That was a pretty hardcore guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only because she told me earlier, but I mean.
I was gonna say. I mean, I think I originally sent it to her many moons ago. So
the part that I was paying attention is the important part. Because if you ask Kirsten, I don't do that very well ever at all.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to get a storm here tonight. I don't think we were supposed to, but it's a really nice day here.
We had one roll through, quick, one of those fast ones, but it looks like most of them are south. But I have a alert on my television.
Yeah.
Oof. But I think they're gonna stay south of me, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Hey, Mr. Benz and Bricks is here.
Hey, Mr. Benz Bricks. Thanks for joining us. At least the first steps are not tiling the floor.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
That is true. Looks like we're building the kitchen.
Ooh.
Iconic kitchen.
Lots of good stuff in that kitchen.
So that's another perfect episode where Jerry's getting the kitchen redone and his contractor wants to ask him a billion questions, and he suddenly is like, dude, just do it. Okay. I can't answer all these questions. And then he comes in and he's like got walls of cabinets blocking everything off.
Yep.
It's hilarious.
I almost can't wait for it to get, because I mean, it's one of those things. Like I said, my memory, with how memory works, is that I forget a lot of stuff, and still usually we start talking about it and all that sort of stuff. Hey,
Yeah.
how you doing? Good morning.
Hey, Rebecca.
And so I forget about it until we start talking about jogs, and then now I'm interested to rewatch because definitely wake me up to stuff just forgotten. Really, hard drive's full.
Yeah, Kevin, you're a little bit blurry right now. Bear with us all.
Yeah, something's going on with our internet here, and I don't know if it's the storm rolling through or what the deal is, but try to get some better action here. Bear with me.
All right. Hey, Kev, I heard from our special guest. I think he's going to join us in a minute for about half an hour.
Ooh, that's
Maybe a
super
little more.
exciting.
Perfect timing. Am I still all messed up there?
And it's a little better now.
We see you moving. It's just not as sharp as it usually is, but it's not, you're not there.
Still good or no?
It's better.
That looks better.
I didn't do anything.
Aspen says you're frozen, but I think honestly you weren't moving for a little while.
Yeah.
I'm very
just
staying still. What's
All right, bear with us, folks.
Oop, he's doing something.
Anybody got a good joke? Anybody?
What's that?
Said anybody got a good joke?
Yes, Todd, there is a rumored guest appearance. It may be happening shortly.
I believe our guest is going to join us in a bit. Yeah, Kevin's invisible now, says Brick Monkey. Lord
Still
of the
not
Bricks
any
is
better?
the Jeopardy theme. It's just still a little fuzzy, Kev.
I can't do anything with it. I've got, for whatever reason, I'm good here.
It's a little better now.
Yeah, and it's saying on the other one I have an excellent connection, which is totally weird. Well, let's run with this for now, I guess.
All right.
Of course, it's my OCD is going to go nuts. My camera's crooked. Did it go off again?
No.
Nope.
Give me a sec here.
Let's see. Wow, apparently I got to wake up really early tomorrow.
Oh, man.
The,
So I had great news today. I went in to go see what the deal was with my windscreen. That I caught
Yeah.
unfortunate, for those that don't know, I caught an unfortunate rock chip yesterday that looked like it was going to result in a full windshield repair, and got a $2,300 quote from my car dealership for that. I took it in to see about if they could repair it, and got great news that they could repair it indeed. And so it cost me nothing, and got all taken care of.
Well, that's so. How is it nothing? Because it was covered under your plan.
Covered under my plan, yeah.
There you go. Nice. Yeah, I should like knock on something, but I've actually never had that happen to me in any of my vehicles.
I have, in the last, trying to remember, Last 10 years, I've replaced 4 windshields or 3
Oh my
windshields.
gosh.
Yep.
That's terrible.
2 from rock chips, and within the first month of buying a new car.
Oh.
And then one was a rock chip. Another one was a box full of rocks, apparently, because it shattered my windshield.
Sorry, that's funny.
And I was on the way to a baseball game too, and I just went to the baseball game. I'll deal with that afterwards.
Oh my gosh.
But the last one, I was coming out of work, and the back of my windshield was completely shattered. Like, what's wrong, Kev?
Oh, sorry. No, whoever's texting me, I can't text while I've got my time lapse running. So someone's trying to message me and just over and over again. I can't read them. Is that better?
Yeah.
It looks better.
I think so. You're not fuzzy anymore.
Well, that's good. Wow. Like on screen, I'm not fuzzy, but I'm clearly. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. It's saying everything's like 100% for my connection and all that stuff, so it's bizarre.
I noticed a very fine necklace that you're wearing.
I wore it all day. People know who I was. Like, people were saying my name.
Even you.
No one knew who Harley was, but that's his problem, not my problem.
Right.
Not yours.
No.
You need to get a matching one, huh?
I said that to Tanner. It's like, yeah.
We don't have anybody waiting in the lobby, right, Kevin? Yeah.
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
Did you send them the link? I hear that could be a problem when you don't do it.
I did earlier today.
I don't know how I know that, but I just know that. That was terrible. Now I'm invisible? Am I still there?
No, you're there.
Oh, okay.
You're there. Oh, I'm messing up. Oh God, what did I do?
Start over. I might be behind a bit because I was running upstairs and stuff, and
No, you're fine.
I'm just happy I'm not out of breath and like doubled over.
I'm happy I can walk today after running yesterday.
Oh,
Well,
serious?
there's a trick to that.
What? Don't run.
Don't run.
Yeah. No, I actually felt pretty good. I did a workout earlier this afternoon. Feeling good.
Brave gal.
Hey.
I did not.
And that's okay. I felt like I needed to move.
I thought about it.
No,
I missed
you didn't.
some.
No, I didn't.
So yeah, anyway, I came out of work one day and just windshield shattered, back glass shattered. Couldn't figure out what happened. There were no security cameras or anything, so I couldn't see if somebody like broke my window. Somebody was pissed off at me and broke my window. Didn't see anything on the ground around the car or anything. The spot that I was parking in was right next to a dumpster. And I think what happened is somebody probably tried to chuck something in the dumpster, missed, broke out my windshield, and then said, "Oh crap," and threw it in the dump, took it out of there. Because there was nothing. There was just a big hole in my back windshield, but there was nothing in it.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I've seen windows just break for no reason, just blow. We're in a. There's a place here in town called Big Al's Fish Place. They sell fish.
sure.
And Kirsten and I were walking. I don't even know if she was there with me. We were walking along, and all of a sudden there was like a shotgun blast. And I'm like, "What the hell was that?" It was actually one of the tanks just blew up.
That's
Literally
scary.
exploded. One of the both front tanks. It's damn
Oh,
loud.
that's scary.
All right. So, as promised, we've got a special guest coming in here right now. So I'm just going to pop him in, and then we will introduce him if you guys don't know who he is. Oh,
Hey,
Mr. Brent Waller.
how you going?
Good.
How are you doing?
Hello.
Not too bad. Can you hear me all right?
Can
Yeah,
hear you perfect.
perfectly.
As soon as I sat down, the wind started picking up out here, and it's really blowing.
I've got the same problem here. I think we got the same storm in different areas in the world because my stuff started going ballistic here when once Tanner said you were going to pop in, it started getting a little crazy. So yeah, let Tanner introduce you here.
Yeah, so just quickly, for everybody that doesn't know, Brent Waller's joined us. Brent is the awesome creator of the set that we're building right now. He is the fan designer of the Seinfeld set. He's also the fan designer of the Lego Ideas Ecto 1 that came out. What year was that, Brent?
2014?
2014.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the earliest Ideas sets.
It was the first under the Ideas brand after Lego Kuso.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so Brent, awesome of you to join us. Really appreciate you coming on the stream. Really love your work. Not only what you've done for Ideas, but just some of the other stuff you put out there. I know you've got a set that's in the running for the Bricklink Designer Program right now. I think you've got some other stuff in work for Ideas, but you're the guy. You're the only person that's got 2 Ideas sets that have been on. Right?
No, there's been a couple others. Andrew Clark did Flintstones and Doctor Who.
Okay.
And I think it was Glenn Bricker did. I want to say he was one of there's 2 people that worked on the original Big Bang Theory, and I think he did something else as well that I can't remember. So it's been I think it's been 3 or 4 now.
Yeah.
Nothing is off limits though. Not just saying that. Like obviously Seinfeld's the TV show set that I know myself and Maura, who's up in the top right corner of the screen there. We've been very heavily anticipating because just grew up loving that show. I think I reached out to you after it got approved and said, "Hey, great work! This is awesome. Been waiting for this." So just really excited for that. And then obviously, you're the reason that Lego went after the Ghostbusters license, right? And now they put out the Ghostbusters HQ, which was a hugely popular set. They put out the Ecto 1 last year, the Big Creator Expert 1. They've done the Brickheads. Just that's pretty cool.
Yeah, just to know you were the catalyst for getting Lego in Ghostbusters and Lego Dimensions and all these further things that came from it. It's you feel like your dad seeing your kids grow up a little bit.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, and more to come too, right? Like you've got. I was looking at some of your stuff that I said the other day on the stream, that bonsai tree. Honestly, to me, it's it's going to sound terrible, but it puts the Lego one to shame. Really does.
I've got it. I'll show you the size of it. I've got it sitting right here next to me.
For those of you who haven't seen this is a treat. This thing's awesome.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
It's a bit hard to see. It's a bit dark in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. And the tree actually, the first time that he showed it, or that I saw him show it, actually, the branches, you see the branches moving, they're the way that thing's put together is pretty amazing.
Amazing. It's surprisingly stable.
Yeah.
The only issue I've had with it, I've transported it to several shows now. The most fragile things are those rocks on the bottom, just because the way I've built them. The tree itself is pretty sturdy, and the only other thing that's happened to it is some of the actual green, because I'm using those large leaf parts with grass stalks stuck into it. Some of those have actually just broken over time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. And then, of course, the other one is, the X-Files set, because that, it's Mulder's office, right?
Yeah, I was obsessed with Seinfeld and the X-Files.
Yeah, me
I was
too.
probably, in 93, I think it was, when X-Files first aired here in Australia. I would have been 13 or 14. And I was big into that kind of, at the time, paranormal kind of stuff. And I saw the ad for that, and I stayed up late that night and watched it, because I think it was on at 9 o'clock here. Stayed up and watched it, and I was hooked from that first episode. And I've, to this day, my email, which is wetwired@gmail.com, is based on one of my favorite episodes of the X-Files.
Which was your scariest episode? Which one got you the most? Which episode got you the most?
The pilot, been watching it since I watched it since the pilot. So I watched that pilot, which is still a great pilot episode.
Is that the one that got in your head the most, though? Like that scared you, or?
Yeah, like that's the immediate hook. Like I can't remember. It might have been Tombs was the second episode, which went into the monster of the week stuff. But I was immediately hooked. Like that one stuck in my episode. But the Wet Wired episode, which came a bit later, kind of built on that mythology, and it was a separate episode, but it kind of had a lot of paranoia and who you're going to trust and all that kind of stuff in it. And I think the Wet Wired word actually comes from William Gibson cyberpunk stuff, but they co-opted it for the name of the episode. And I was obsessed with it. I can name episodes of that show to this day.
That's excellent.
The one that got me was the dude that could go through the vents, that he was crawling through the ducting.
Yeah, that's Tombs. I think that's the second or third.
Tombs, yeah, and that thing that to this day bugs the living heck out of me. Like I'm just like,
actually, I think the episode was called Squeeze, and he came back later in another episode called Tombs, and the character's name's Eugene Victor Tombs.
Yeah. Yeah, and then of course the other one, Snowlina mentioned that Seasons in Time calendar.
Yeah, that one's on the Bricklink program at the moment. Well, it will be.
That was on the Ideas platform, was it not?
Yeah, that was one I put up. That was my pandemic project.
Okay.
I really wanted to do something original. Like I love the X-Files, I love Seinfeld, I love Ghostbusters, but I really wanted to do something original so people didn't think I'm just the guy who rips off licenses. And I'd actually tried to make a different calendar. I don't know if you've seen the ones. It's like a cardboard kind of piece, and you like flip it upside down, and as it flips upside down, the next piece slides down and the number changes. Yeah. I tried doing that with Lego. That was my initial intention, but just the friction of the bricks wouldn't slide, and they'd just get jammed.
Sure.
So I'll just do it like an antique roller. We used to have them in banks here in the early 80s. You'd have these on the desks, calendar with a roller on it with a number.
Yeah.
And both my grandfathers were woodworkers, so they'd be making these clocks with ornate, antique-looking details on them. So I kind of borrowed some of that inspiration and made like an antique thing with the extra, vignettes on top for the seasons and the holidays and that kind of thing.
So Brickman's here. Got to thank Brickman. Brickman reached out to Brent initially, and kind of asked him, ran it by him to see if he'd be willing to join us today, and Brent said he would. So thank you, Brickman.
Absolutely.
Brent, you might know him as Brick Upgrades on Instagram. So appreciate it. So Brent, obviously, pretty huge odds to get one set, over the 10,000. Over the 10,000 supporters mark on Ideas First, and then to get through a review phase, to be selected. I mean, we're seeing now 30 to 40 sets in a review phase, and they pick one, right? So, and now you got two over the mark. I mean, that's pretty incredible, right?
Yeah, I had no idea that Seinfeld was going to get. I didn't think Seinfeld would do as well as it did in the voting, because I put the X-Files up around a similar time, like a few months before, and I thought the X-Files is going to go gangbusters and Seinfeld's going to just peter away.
Sure.
Because the X-Files, when I started in 2014, and I did it for my own personal reasons, I just wanted X-Files, so I just made it. Yeah. And I tried to put it on Ideas, and if not, I've just got my own one. It's fine.
Yeah.
And at the time, though, because when you submit, you have to get approved before it actually goes live for voting. They rejected it at that stage because it was too mature. So I'm like, that's fine. I'll just keep it for my own collection. And I got a 3D, like one of those customizers to print my decals that I designed for Mulder's and Scully's torsos.
Yeah.
And I just posted pictures of them on Flickr, and that was it. I was happy. I, made my set. I got what I wanted out of it. Because this is totally selfish with all this. I want Lego Ghostbusters. I want Lego Seinfeld. I want Lego X-Files. So I'll do it for myself. So it's not some altruistic reasons. It's pure selfishness, like George Costanza way. So I put it up on Flickr, and then somehow Gillian Anderson, who plays Scully, saw my custom Mulder and Scully. She's like, "Oh, that's great. Can I have some?" I'm like, I did do duplicates of these prints because I thought maybe they'll stop up or something.
No, you can't.
So I said, I'll send you a Mulder and Scully as long as you can take a photo of yourself holding them. That'll be a huge thrill for me, and it was. But not long after that, they announced season 10 of the X-Files, and she got a photo of herself and David Duchovny holding their individual versions of themselves in costume on the set of season 10.
Oh my gosh.
And she posted that on Twitter, and it went mental. So I thought X-Files is going to do great. X-Files is going to go mental once I get it on ideas, because later on I noticed they were allowing it, so I put it up because they did Stranger Things, and that got me looking to see that actually, they're allowing X-Files because someone else had done X-Files on ideas, and it wasn't doing terribly well, but I thought I can put my Mulder's Office up there. So I put it up there and thought, this will go gangbusters. And Seinfeld, I did as purely I want Seinfeld, but I discovered this Mecha Bricks program. It's like an online brick building thing. It's not a terribly good building package. Nothing against the creator, but you can export to Blender, which then can render like hyper realistic versions that you can't tell the difference.
Sure.
So I built entirely in Lego Digital Designer, and then I had the freedom to create new torsos for all the main cast: Jerry, George, Lane, Newman, Kramer, without having to get them printed up or do any of that kind of kerfuffle.
Oh, sure.
So that was a kind of an experiment in how far can I push this digital stuff and make it look real without people noticing. And it went absolutely mental from the day I put it up, and I couldn't believe it. I thought it was going to dwindle away and nothing would come of it. But it went, I think it got to 10K in like 2 and a bit months or something.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it yesterday, and it's just a show that, I mean, that show stopped airing in '98. It's still one that is, Netflix just paid $1 zillion for the right. Right. It's one that anytime it's on syndication and on TV, it's one you just got to stop and watch the show. So I think it's got a huge following, and I'm not at all surprised it got there. I'm not at all surprised that it's going to be a successful set.
I am a bit surprised about the X-Files side of it, though, because he's not wrong. Like, X-Files has a massive cult following too, right? Like,
oh, sure.
Yeah. But I don't have high hopes for it being approved, because I think the reception of season 10 and 11 of the X-Files wasn't what I wanted out of it, and I don't think it put a little bit of a bad taste in people's mouth for the franchise. So I'm wondering if they just won't approve it.
And you got to wonder about licensing as well, right? How tough is it for them to get the IP for that kind of stuff as well?
Yeah.
Well, I think this one is a prime example, because like we were discussing before, and I actually heard you say it, Brent, was that Seinfeld doesn't want his face on anything.
Yeah,
right?
I didn't think Seinfeld would get approved, that being one of the reasons, because everyone was saying they'll never approve it because Jerry doesn't like his
likeness or whatever.
His likeness being recreated in form. So they had those, they weren't Funko Pops at the time, but they were like kind of vinyls that were about tall, long versions, and they had a Kramer and a Soup Nazi and a Newman and a Jay Peterman, and they didn't have any Jerrys. So people were kind of going, oh, well, there's no Jerry, so he's not going to allow a Lego version of him to be made.
It's kind of funny, because I think what you had said in the interview that I had watched, he said, well, he either really liked it or he just stopped caring.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the two.
I mean, there's that one episode where he drugs his girlfriend so he can play with her toys. It seems like the kind of thing he might like.
When she's asking what the drug is, and both of them at the same tryptophan, right at the same time.
So,
go ahead, Kevin.
Sorry, when this gets approved and it gets through all the process and all that sort of stuff, how much do you have, or how much say do you have in any of the stuff that's going on with it, or do you just let them kind of do their thing?
So this is where I've mentioned it before and other things I've spoken, but the difference between this and Ghostbusters was completely different. So Ghostbusters I submitted when it was still Lego Cuso, and mine was the first to be branded as the Ideas branding, I guess you call it. So I didn't find out about Ghostbusters until the morning after it was announced, because I'm in Australia. It get announced at like midnight or something, so I would have been sleeping.
Yeah.
And I woke up with all these messages of congratulations, and I'm like, what are they congratulating me for? What's going on? And I ended up having to dig around to find out what was going on. And then I found out it was approved, and then like the next day or the day after, I had a video Skype call with Lego, and they showed me the final box art, the final design, and I think it was already in production by that point.
Oh, wow. They just let it go?
I didn't really have any input. They kind of just asked, what do you think of it? And I'm like, I would have made a couple of changes, but I didn't really have any chance to have any power or input into that.
Yeah, like what do you say?
I was happy with it, but there was a few things I probably would have changed.
Yeah.
But then for Seinfeld, because they've done it so many times now, it seems like they've refined the process. Like now, I found out beforehand, and the announcement came along. Then we have Skype calls after that where they do like what they call it like a sketch build.
Okay.
Based on my initial design. And then from there, we had probably 4 or 5 Skype calls where we just saw new iterations where they'd be refining the process. I'd be able to give input. We came up with a big list of, they just asked, you've got any references you want to sneak in yourself? They were sneaking in as many as they could on their side. And they said, do you have any? So I just wrote up a big long list, and we tried to squeeze in as many as possible. Like the Commando 8 was one of the ones I put on that list, the air conditioner.
I was gonna ask, which ones did you request?
That was one of them. But because this is the thing, the difference between now and Ghostbusters, they just assigned someone to build it, and they got Marcus Spencer. And from what I understand, Marcus hadn't actually seen Ghostbusters. And he was like born in '89, so he was born when the sequel came out.
No.
So he hadn't actually seen it, so he had to sit down and watch the movies and understand what this thing was. Whereas now it seems like people stick their hand up within Lego to say, I want to work on this project.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the team, Cesar Soares and Crystal and Madison, they'd actually tried to push through a Seinfeld set internally before this. And for whatever reason, they got knocked back. And then they were keeping an eye on it when it came through ideas to say, if this comes through, I want to stick my hand up. And I don't know if that has any effect on the approval process, if there's excitement within the team internally, whether that makes any difference. But
you'd think it'd have to, right?
They're all big fans. They love the show. Like a lot of the reference, all those little stickers and things, most of those are their ideas.
Okay.
And like the Superman on the fridge, I purposely left that out of mine because I didn't know whether like 2 IPs in one project heard it. And I thought, if it goes through, they can just put one in. And they did. I didn't even ask for that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Like the facility.
That's the difference with a fan too, right?
Sorry?
That's the difference with a fan. Like they're obviously fans of the show. That's why they had their hand up before. So you might, when they're a fan of the show, take it over because they're going to have pretty much the same input. You're going to have the same fandom.
That makes the huge difference. They love it just as much as I do, if not more. Yeah. So they feel the pressure to perfect it as much as possible and get it as right for all the other fans as well. Yeah,
exactly.
So is there anything that they put into the set that you're like, man, I didn't think about that. That's awesome. Or
like the Larry David on the fridge and the like the posters they've got on the walls.
Yeah.
They've got like it's not a Porsche because legally they can't make it a Porsche.
Sure.
And the
pretty close. It looks pretty close to a Porsche, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure who the player is. The poster that's behind his computer desk.
He had a baseball poster up, so it's just a recreation of that baseball poster. Yeah.
So that's where I was just going for more with mine. How many sort of jokes and things? So I had like the Kramer, which I've got in there as well, and like the picture of George with his straight on
the couch.
Yes.
Yeah. His glamour photo. But they were going more for let's be accurate to the show and be what did he have on his walls in the show? So that's where they stuck in those details, and they snuck in the little Uncle Leo picture on the wall.
Yeah,
all the little oven mitts on the side of the fridge, which I didn't bother putting any of that kind of detail in.
Yeah,
the one detail I really wanted to get in, which it's not an in-joke or a reference. It's just something I felt kind of really sold. It's like a detail in the apartment, which I felt really needed to be there, was where that front door is there, where you walk in between the fridge. There's like a pole that runs down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the first few sketches just had that as an open, like just an angle. And I really felt like that you see that pole so often in the show. It's like part of the scenery. Like if you see a shot of Seinfeld's apartment, you look at that pole. It kind of blends away into the background.
Yeah.
But I had mine was a little bit thicker. I used like Technic connector pins sort of stacked.
Yeah.
But since I did that, the candle pieces have come out, so they'll use those
it's just candle pieces, right? Yeah.
And that not only helps sell that look, it also covers up that little gap in the corner as well.
Yeah, and to your point there too, I think no different than Star Wars or any other set, you're going to have your diehards that are going to absolutely pick it apart and be looking for that realism or that kind of the same thing. Maura was talking about the other night about her Big Bang Theory, how it's not exactly to par, but they like she said, they jammed a whole bunch of stuff into it, right?
Yeah.
So
I love it, but it's not accurate to the.
Yeah, and I think compare that to like the Friends one and the Seinfeld one now, where they're almost 1-to-1 replications.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I was gonna wait. I'm not good with waiting, so I ended up.
There was going to be no waiting on my part.
Yeah.
This was actually the first set I have ever gone to the store at release to buy. I'm normally I can just order it online or I'll go later in the day. But oh no, I was in line.
Yeah.
So Brent, I assume you've built the model already. You probably got your version right next to this one.
Yeah. So last Sunday I was building this,
Okay.
and I've got them sitting right next to me in front of me here. But I didn't actually build this physically because, as I said, I did it all digitally originally.
Oh, okay.
Until after it was approved, I was like, I should probably build this just to see if it works. And it did. And mine's got some of the wrong colors because I just didn't have them, but they're not too different. So that's my original one. So like the couch, I've had to do a different color, and then there's the new one. Obviously, the new one's way more detailed.
Sure.
But and they're very similar, size.
Yeah, not that far off at all.
I think they're only like mine's a stud and a half shallower or wider. I can't remember, and theirs is a little bit deeper.
Yeah. They Steve Andre said you forgot the soup. I think you want to probably keep the soup out of it.
Well, I've got. If anyone wants to make this, on my Instagram, I've got instructions for making your own like guest characters from the show. So I've got. Let me just put something there so it focuses.
Yeah.
Here's the soup Nazi there.
That's my favorite one so far. I think I told you I'm waiting for you to get the David Putty with the 8-ball jacket.
Hold on a second.
Oh, no. Here we go.
I'm just trying to get just give me a sec. I'm just trying to get my camera to focus.
Yeah, so while Brent's getting the focusing, you can follow him on Instagram at Waller Customs.
So that's Soup Nazi. These are all purist. Well, most of these are purist, so you have to make these yourself.
That's beautiful.
Got instructions. This Soup Nazi. This is one Citizen Brick used to make a 8-ball jacket, and they've all sold out now. And I've asked him, are you going to make more? And they've said no because they didn't sell very well, and maybe that'll change now that Seinfeld's out. So if you want one of these, email them and tell them you want one. But that's the 8-ball jacket.
Yeah, I gotta have that.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
And then the hair from that one is from it's like a third-party customized. It's like Lille brick or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not an official hair piece either.
Yeah. So everybody in chat, if you're a Seinfeld fan, any fan, but go to Brent's Instagram page at Waller Customs. Thanks, Elena, for putting the link in there. But he's got about 5 or 6 Seinfeld characters where he's using original Lego pieces. He tells you the Bricklink part number so you can order them and make them yourself.
Yeah, I've got some more coming. I can show you some of them I haven't put together yet. That's Dave Peterman.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That one's perfect too.
Yeah.
I'm totally going to have to do this now.
Uncle Leo.
Yes.
I love the bald head piece. It's one of my favorites.
This is a new one I haven't posted yet. Is Jackie Childs.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Who else have I got here? And also, let me just put the head on it. Citizen Brick also does a puffy shirt. They call it a pirate shirt.
Oh, no way.
Let me just try and fix this up. Give me a
Oh,
sec.
this is gonna be quality.
Oh,
Yes.
how can you not want to be a pirate?
And they still have
Absolutely
those.
love it. Yeah.
These ones I haven't quite finished yet. I'm not sold on them yet. Where are they? I've lost one. I don't know where he's. Oh, here he is. We've got Morty and Helen Seinfeld, Jerry's parents.
Oh yes, I like it.
Oh, wow.
Morty looks great.
Yeah.
Who else we got here? Mickey.
Perfect.
And I haven't got the head yet. I've ordered the head for Frank Costanza. Where is? There he is. So I've still got to get the proper head for Frank. He hasn't shown up yet. He's got a little mustache.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Frank as well.
He's got
So
a lot of problems with you people.
Yeah, so there'll be a better head coming for that one. And last but not least, here we go. Larry David.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got Larry David too.
That's great.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's what I've done so far. I do want to do a Banya.
Yeah,
And
that's gold.
That's what's on the list. I can't remember what the other ones were.
So
Yeah.
is
and
that
I'm
something
also-
that they talk to you about? Like, is there potential for something else coming down the pipeline for them to add on to this stuff, or do they even talk to you about that stuff?
I assume it's like when they did the Firehouse for Ghostbusters. I didn't know anything about it. I heard rumors, and I'm like, surely they're not. Surely if they were doing that, they'd talk to me about it.
Part of that was someone's question that asked earlier. Is that just is that kind of where it dies out in the, like, for someone that's looking to do this or whatever? Is it just you've submitted your idea and it's now just hey, that's my idea out there sort of thing?
So you get 1% of every sale.
Oh,
But
do
then
you?
after that, like the Ghostbusters and anything that comes after that initial set, I don't get anything out of those things. So it's just those initial sets. And you can't even, like, no one, they changed the rules just after Ghostbusters where I submitted my Stay Puft Marshmallow Man after Ghostbusters and it got to 10K, didn't get approved. And then right after that, they changed the rules that if you submit an IP through Lego Ideas, so Ghostbusters or Seinfeld or, Back to the Future, you can no longer submit anything with that same IP. That's locked off forever.
Okay.
Oh,
So I think that's why that
Ooh.
Marshmallow Man wasn't approved. They're like, we've already come to an agreement with the license holder, obviously, so we'll just keep it in-house.
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Brent, what's one that you'd love to see to come to Lego, or maybe something that you're working on or thinking about that you'd like to submit? Like, and for an example, there's been multiple the Office sets that have gone through. That's one I'd like to see made eventually. I don't know if they have trouble with the IP. There's 2 right now in the review phase. Like, what's a set that, or a pop culture thing? I know you're a pop culture guy, but what's something that you'd love to see to come to Lego?
I know the Office, I don't know if they've still got it, but there was some other like clone brick company that had the rights to the Office. So I don't know if that's the reason why that didn't get approved. I'm not hugely into it myself. I watched the US one, but sorry, not the US, the UK one, but never got into it. The American one. In terms of other IP though, it's a bit of slim pickings. Like all the good stuff's being taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the stuff I'd love to see that I know they'd never do, like Aliens and things like that.
Sure.
But most of the things I'd love to see, I don't think there's a big enough market for it. Like I'd love to see the A-Team. I know there's an A-Team one and a Knight Rider one up at the
Knight
moment.
Rider A-Team, yeah. We were talking about that yesterday.
So I've got versions of my own one sitting over here on a shelf I'm looking at the moment. Blues Brothers, Evil Dead, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that. Like, even we said, I know they'll never do it just because of the car, but the Dukes of Hazzard, I mean, the Dukes of Hazzard, you could have so many bloody different vehicles through that whole set. Like, you got Cooter's tow truck, you got Boss Hogg's car, you got the General Lee, which that's the one that will halt everything up. But there's a lot of good stuff in there. And we were talking about that because that one that's on there right now is the Knight Rider set.
Yeah, it's got the truck as well.
Yeah, it's got the truck and the lights on it. It looks good, but I didn't think it was too high in the voting.
I think it's over 5,000 now. And
Is it there now?
it's way up. But I mean, there's been so many rejected Knight Riders before that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's a reason they're not approving it.
Sure.
I mean,
that
they've
could be
had
just about anything, right? Like that could be right down to licensing, or is that?
it could just be like the Dimensions ones, and maybe they didn't sell terribly well, and maybe that's good enough reason.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
which I don't think is entirely fair, because you get the Knight Rider for the Dimensions, and it's just David Hasselhoff and a tiny little version of the car. Everyone wants a big version of that car.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've got another thing in the works for ideas that it's an original idea, so I don't want to give it away because I think it's gold, Jerry. And I'm still working on it. It's a highly technical one, which I'm not good with Technic, so I've been working with someone else to try and handle that side of it. I'll handle the making it look good. I came up with the idea. I'll handle making it look good and do the promotion stuff, which I think I'm better at than Technic.
I know a guy.
I already got someone. We're pretty much there.
Awesome.
We've just got to finish it.
That's
I'm still working on. This is something I finished. I haven't taken photos of it. I've been sitting on this for a while now. We just untangle this. It's like a micro city Gotham. So it's got like the.
That's beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
I got stuff in the road. It's a bit dark to see at the moment, but we've got sort of buildings there. Try and get a little bit closer.
Oh my gosh,
That
that's
is
beautiful.
So one of our channel followers, Easy Craftsman, has something similar to that. He's talked about building a Gotham cityscape as well. He's got the mural with the Batwing hung up on it, but yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, because that
I don't
Batwing.
like Batman all that much.
Because I did after the Ghostbusters car. Like I haven't posted in a while on my Flickr account. That used to be my mainstay for posting stuff.
Yep.
The people who make the Lego Batman movie saw it, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to do some work for us on that?" And so I ended up doing some work on a bunch of the vehicles that are in the background of the Batcave for that.
Oh, that is
nice.
cool.
And the first thing I made was a minifig version of the '89 Batmobile, which I was going to make anyway. I had reference all collected for it. I was going to build it, and that was the first thing they asked me to make. So that's in the background. I did a bunch of things like that, but they didn't ask for the Batwing in minifig scale. So I thought I'd make my own, and that's the one that's sitting on the moon there. That's a minifig scale Batwing.
Sure.
It's probably a bit hard to see with that lighting because it looks pretty dark on my screen, at least.
I would buy that 1,000%, 100%.
Yeah,
I
but
would
pictures
buy
of
that.
both that
Just
and the
take my
Batmobile are
money.
on my Instagram.
That thing is unreal. I love that.
Do you look like you got a pretty extensive brick collection behind you? Do you do most of your building hands-on, or are you doing a lot in digital designer, or just kind of a mishmash?
I do a bit of both. Like I don't know if anyone saw. I did years ago. I did like a 6 foot plus Batcave with like Wayne Manor on top.
Oh wow!
So stuff like that. That was so big. I did a really rough sketch of what I wanted to look like, and then started building up. And I didn't plan the Wayne Manor on top, so I took it to one show, and people really enjoyed it. And then they saw there was no Wayne Manor on top; it just kind of stopped at the top. And some people suggested it, and I immediately dismissed it because I'm like, "Do you have any idea how long this Batcave took? And you're asking me to build more?" And then I went away, and I was like, "All right, then I'll do it." And so that in particular, I wanted to get the design of the Wayne Manor as something original and different than I'd seen before, but still inspired by stuff I'd seen before. So I ended up I'd start building physically, and then I go, actually, it's going to be faster to prototype the shape of the windows or whatever digitally, so they went up to digital. And then I went back to physical to test it out, and then used digital again to go, okay, I like that, what I've done so far, like one of the towers. How many pieces am I going to have to order to do the whole thing on Bricklink? So then I went back to digital to figure that out. So sometimes it's backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's exclusively digital. Sometimes it's exclusively physical. A bit of both.
So back to that Wayne Manor. Where is that now? Where are you at?
In all these drawers.
I was saying that the other day because we got into a discussion in one of the streams, I believe, and it's kind of one of the questions that just came up because I am a bit of a Batman freak myself. So I said I would love to see a Wayne Manor. Like that would be top notch. I think that would be kind of one of the things that would be, kind of like the success of the Bugle and all that sort of stuff. I think it would just fly.
Like a USC kind of one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'd be
I'd love it.
super excited to see that.
I love Batman, but I didn't buy many of the play setty kind of ones. I'd buy them for, if they had a minifig I wanted, I'd buy them for that.
Sure.
But the sets themselves, like all the Arkhams, I always looked at and went, eh.
You could build something better is kind of your thought. You could take pieces out of it, but you can always build something better, right?
Okay, if Lego wants ideas, the way they've done the Harry Potter stuff, where it's like a modular thing you can add on to Hogwarts, do that with the Batcave.
Yeah, for sure.
You could just build out a massive Batcave over several years. It'd be awesome.
So they started trying to do that, though, because the Batcave, well, you can't see it's behind the Bugle, but the Batcave that's up over there, they allow you to incorporate other sets with it. So the Batwing actually holsters in over top of their safe.
Okay.
So it stands there and it looks like a bat signal kind of in that. So I think maybe they started touching on it, but I know what you're saying. You're going on a grander scale.
Yeah, because the Batman stuff, the Batcaves that came out, I think I've got a couple of them. They kind of they are play sets. They're very facade-like. Yep. Whereas if you do something more like Hogwarts, where it's a little bit more fleshed out, they are still play sets, but they're a bit more substantial.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So real quick check-in for those of you that are just joining us. We're distinguished guest is Brent Waller. Brent's the designer for the Seinfeld Ideas sets and also the Ideas Ecto 1 from 2014. Brent Brickman mentions that you did a revamp of the Ecto 1, the official set that came out with kind of an update for some new parts.
I have it sitting right in front of me.
I think I saw it there when you turned the camera on.
So yeah, let me just dust it off. Everything collects dust in here.
Yeah.
And this is why the Wayne Manor or anything's not assembled anymore. It's just I don't have the space, all the parts to that Batcave took up all my part collection. I had nothing. I couldn't build anything after that. But this is what I wanted to do because I wasn't 100% happy with the way the original Ecto kind of curved off at the front. And I wanted to really try and get, because Marcus Besser designed that one and he also designed the reboot Ghostbuster car, which had opening doors.
Yeah.
I think you can fit all the characters in that. So I wanted to kind of merge that idea of both of them where I can have the doors all open, fit all the characters, try and smooth off some of those curves and get it a little bit more accurate. So I'm just trying to fix, things are falling apart. So I've got curved off the front end there, so it's a little bit more like the actual car is.
Yeah.
The bonnet opens. It's got a little vision there. Got both doors on both sides open at the front.
Yeah.
And this is a little bit tricky to do. The back opens. Oops, something just fell off. Back door opens. You can see there. And you can also fit all 4 characters and some room for the backpacks and stuff in the back there.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's great.
So it's
That's awesome.
slightly longer than the actual official set, but it's more realistic to the actual Cadillac. I think it's a Cadillac.
Yeah.
That it's based on. And that was another example of I started digitally and went physical to test a few things out and then went back and forwards a few times.
So what platform do you use to digitally design? Are you on Bricklink Studio now, or?
I am now. I held off for the longest time because there was one bug in there where you'd select a brick and go and place it, and then you didn't want to use it anymore, so you press escape, and it would just drop a brick exactly where your mouse click was. And I held off for the little things like that were bugging me, and I was using Lego Digital Designer up until relatively recently, and people were adding their own parts, like updated parts you could find online and keep it updated. But because of the Bricklink Designer program, I've had to force myself to use Studio for that because that's what they use for their design process. And we're compared to the first Bricklink Designer program, we're actually doing all of the instructions and things, the steps ourselves. We're handling it as designers.
Oh, wow.
So like Seinfeld Ghostbusters, that is Lego designed. I came up with the idea and the prototype, and in some cases they've copied some things they haven't. But that's entirely their design. The Bricklink Designer program is entirely the fans' design. So if if my calendar gets to the crowdfunding goal, that will be the one I make. No one else will be sort of in between me and you if you buy it.
Absolutely. So I hate the instructions module in Studio. I think it's really difficult to work with.
Yeah.
And I've never built anything. I've designed a couple small city-style cars. Nothing as big as what you've done, I'm sure. But yeah, it's pretty brutal to work with.
And yeah, I have that built, but I don't have it here with me. I've got it on display at a local Lego store.
What do you got over your shoulder there?
So that's I've been working on for some leaves have fallen off, so pretend that's working. This is the exterior of Jerry's apartment.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
So it's still a facade.
That is beautiful.
God. That is gorgeous. That just reminds me of home. Oh my gosh!
It reminds me of home, but that's actually in LA. That building.
I know, but it looks like New York buildings, even though it's there. So
this is the one everyone will know.
Oh yeah.
I'll try and get the camera over because it's got an interior, but it's a bit hard to see at the moment. And I've got some lights in there too.
Yeah, man after my own heart here.
All right, so am I facing this the right way? Nope, got it around the wrong way. It's not going to focus. Let me just try and fix the lighting. It's blowing out. Just give me a sec. How do I fix this? Auto?
Got a little bit better. There we go. A little bit more. There you go. Perfect.
So you can see.
Oh my gosh.
So
what?
You've got to have just as much fun taking pictures of this stuff as you do building it, right? I mean,
well, you'd think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But I get very lazy with this stuff where I build and then I broke the camera again. I build stuff and then I leave it unfinished or unphotographed because I'm too lazy to do it. Like that Gotham thing you've seen, that's been finished for like over a year, I reckon. And I've just been too lazy to take proper photos of it.
Sure.
Oh,
I know when your science, when this set got approved, I think it was on Twitter. It was probably on all your platforms, but you released just a bunch of photos of different iconic scenes from Seinfeld,
and that was all done digitally. So that's where I'm too lazy to do it physically because I take a photo and think it's great, and I get back on the computer and find out that it's a little bit blurry or I don't like
lighting. Yeah.
Whereas on the computer, I can just render it out. I don't like that lighting, or it's a little bit blurry. Tweak the camera, tweak the lighting, do it again, and I can iterate a lot faster. So like this stuff, I have posted pictures of this one, but I've not done proper ones yet.
Oh, nice. That's Ripley.
Yeah, just give me a sec. It's falling apart a little bit. I got to put the leg back on. I've got the alien queen here as well.
I was going to say, do you have a xenomorph? I think Citizen Brick did a xenomorph previously.
I've got to hold it up at the moment. Yeah, there's a big alien queen.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Great.
And it does stand up, but you just have to get stud connections. It's just a little bit, you got to balance it a little bit because it's pretty thin legs.
That is awesome.
This kitchen cupboards is unreal, by the way.
I know. The kitchen is just, I have no words. I have no words.
Yeah. And that, it looks pretty true to your design. So looks like you had the counter at an angle like they did as well.
Yeah, I'm just comparing the two now. They're pretty close. Theirs is a little bit wider, which is not exactly a bad thing. And it looks like they've just got more bits and pieces in their cupboards and things.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty.
Yeah, my favorite detail, or one of my favorite details, is that little paper towel roller that's above the sink.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I like the muffin on the countertop. That's a little great.
Oh, good. Great. Wait.
Yeah, I do need to Lego sends you, the creators get sent 10 of these, and I built mine last Sunday for the first time.
Yeah.
And I stuffed up my stickers on mine. So the front door's got like a lock sticker on it, like the front door with like latches and things.
Mhm.
It's the Klepto 3000, right?
Yeah, I put that on the wrong door, so
Oh
I
no.
put it on the door down the back, and then I put the opposite sticker on it. So I've stuffed mine up, and I need to figure out how to get that off, or just give up and order another sticker sheet, or just build another set or something.
Call Lego, disguise your voice, and say you never got your sticker sheet with your set.
They're usually pretty good with sending sticker sheets. Like I had when I got the firehouse, like I bought it myself. I didn't get one of those for free.
Yeah.
I was building it, and my daughter, who was pretty young at the time, I had the sticker sheets I'd used up, and I'd kind of scrunched them in my hand and put them aside. And there was the one that had the little mirror on it, and she saw that I'd done that and just went up and scrunched that one up as well.
Oh no.
Completely ruined that sticker. So I can't remember whether they emailed or rang them and just sort of explained it to them, and yeah, they're like, "Yep, we'll just send you a new one. It's fine."
Oh, nice.
Hey Brent, Brickman wants to know if you have any connections with Ryan McNaught, the Brickman.
Yeah, I know Ryan. Before he was, on Lego Masters and stuff, he's got a connection with My Lug, which is Brisbricks. So like the few times he's been up in Brisbane, we've caught up, and like he had a big show here a couple of years ago. Like he has touring expos and things. I met up with him, so I've only met him like 2 or 3 times. I haven't spoken to him, or not in person, since he's been on Lego Masters, just because he's been so busy.
Yeah, I must keep him pretty tied up.
Yeah, they're pretty full, and they got so many people working for him now. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's got a whole team, does he not?
Yeah, there's a whole team of people there. I know a few of the people on the team. I don't know all of them. I think it's at least 10, if not 20-ish.
So is that kind of what he does? Is he just kind of tours around doing these shows and stuff? Is that?
Yeah, so I think he was the only certified Lego professional in the Southern Hemisphere. I think there may be another one now, but he kind of handles, Australia wide, if not New Zealand, Southeast Asia, that kind of area for anyone like corporate stuff. People want to build of their logo, that kind of thing. Commissions, these tours he does. Like the last one he did, which has come back to Australia now, which is Wonders of the World. I think that one toured China or something, and it's been overseas in New Zealand, and it's back in. It was back in Brisbane a month or 2 ago, and then he's got a Jurassic World one on at the moment, which is probably going to come up to Brisbane at some point, I would imagine.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
So, what got you into Lego? How old were you?
As an adult or as a kid?
Both.
As a kid, I can never not remember Lego being around because I had 2 older sisters, so I had a few hand-me-downs of that. Not a lot. I'm hearing that got myself now. Like there's an old, must have been like a late 70s, early 80s garage. There's like a blue garage with just like a little red car and a character. But the first set I remember getting specifically as one of mine must have been my 5th or 6th birthday, was a firehouse in the early 80s. It had like 2 garages on either side with a fire truck and a smaller fire vehicle, like a central building in the middle with an office, and that kind of thing. And I can remember getting it for my birthday and wanting to build it straight away. So I started building it with my mum because I was too young to build it by myself. Yeah. Having to go to school and just wanting that whole day, I just remember wanting to get home to finish it and build it. And I was pretty much obsessed with Lego till maybe 13 or 14. Yeah. I just kind of moved on to other things, kind of grew out of it naturally.
Yep.
And it wasn't until Lego Star Wars video game someone let me at work. I borrowed that from them, and just that kind of was the catalyst, getting that nostalgia for Lego back, and sort of remembering that build experience and the creativity and the charm of seeing Star Wars recreated through Lego. So I like looked into it, and there was someone told me about the Lego Digital Designer program you could download, and they were showing me the modulars. And then around the same time, Indiana Jones Lego came out. Mm-hmm. So I think I started building. I've got it over there anyway. I started building this is before the Dark Knight came out. I made the tumbler. Yeah. I started building that. in Lego Digital Designer, and I spent probably way too much time trying to perfect it and get it right.
Sure.
And then discovered Bricklink, so I was like, oh, I can order the specific parts just to make that. All right, I'm going to do that. So I went through that process and built it, and then from there it was like downhill. Like I bought my first modular, which was the Greengrocer, and then I bought all the Indiana Jones stuff when it came out, and just kept going from there. And that was that Batmobile when they eventually opened up Kuso to worldwide audience, because it was Japan originally. I submitted that, and that got to 10,000 votes. Got rejected, but that kind of gave me a little bit of a taste for that process.
Yeah, what you could potentially bring to the table. That's cool.
I'll see if I've got that. So this, I'll go find it. I've got it somewhere, because this is my first mock, that Batmobile in my dark ages.
Love to see that.
Let's see. Let's catch up with chat for a bit. Welcome, Brendan O.
Cosmo, I think I saw, is there.
Yes, Cosmo's in there.
Mike is asking if an engineering background is required for getting hired by Lego. I don't think so, Mike. It certainly helps, I'm sure, but I don't think all of the designers are necessarily engineers.
Yeah.
There we go.
No,
So that's like, I've still got instructions for this. Oh, what the hell's the camera? Here it is. I've still got instructions for this on my, I think I've got it on my website.
That's perfect.
I have seen better ones since.
Wow.
You can open it up and fit a Batman in there just inside.
That's awesome.
I did paint one to be the camo version, but I don't know where that is at the moment. Somewhere around here.
So would you say you'd still you still go after sets and stuff like that when new releases are out? Are you're after them and you go for them?
It depends what it is. Like I picked up that Porsche creator, or what do they call them now? Expert creator, whatever. Yeah. I picked up that because I was kind of on the fence about it. I'm not a huge car person, despite making all these cars. I'm not a huge car person, and I was on the fence about the Porsche because it looked really good.
Yeah.
But then I saw on Rebrickable, Fiaris, I can't remember his name, has done a version. So if you buy that Porsche, he's got you can buy instructions to buy a Lamborghini Countach.
Yeah.
Which looks absolutely amazing. And I'm not usually one for buying instructions or using other people's instructions, because I feel like in most cases I could probably do better.
Sure.
But in cases like that, where that is so amazing, like that Batmobile, that was my first mock and I really liked it. There's another one out there from Buggy Irk, I think his name was, which is better. You can fit two people in it. I built that one because I appreciated that it was better than mine and I wanted it.
We've done a few of those on the stream here, actually.
Okay. I did. Yeah. There's another one from, I can't remember the creator's name, who did the Bat from The Dark Knight Rises as well. Mm-hmm. That big weird flying thing. I don't have that assembled anymore, but that was another one where I couldn't do any better than that. I'm just going to make theirs.
Yeah.
So Brent, how many idea sets or even Kuso idea sets have you submitted? How many have gotten to 10K?
I've got 10 to 10K. I can't remember how many I've submitted though.
Wow.
I've got 10, sorry, 7 to 10K.
That's still
amazing.
That's still amazing.
I'm just logging in to see how many, because when that first transition happened, going from Kuso Japan to Kuso Worldwide, I kind of was just lazy and dumped up a bunch of my mocks that I'd made. So the first 5 or 6 things that Batmobile included were just things I'd already done. They weren't made for ideas.
Yeah.
I did like a series of mechs back at that was some of my earlier mocks that I put up there. I'm just trying to find it now. So I've submitted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm 50-50 hit rate.
That's pretty amazing. Do you ever consider putting any of your instructions out there for sale?
Not for sale. If on my website I've got that Batmobile for free, I've got Stay Puft Marshmallow Man for free, I've got Mulder's Office for free, and I've also got in Australia, I don't know if you've seen it, we've got a bird called the ibis, but we call it the bin chicken because it's got this big long nose and it kind of just gets into the wheelie bins of the cities.
Yeah.
So we've got a kind of love-hate relationship with his bird. So I built a little bin chickens, like standing next to some wheelie bins that have been knocked over and sort of getting into the rubbish. And so I've got instructions for that on my website as well for free.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
That's great. We'll check that
And
out.
what is your website so we can?
Just wallercustoms.com.
Okay, wallercustoms.com, everyone. That is awesome.
It was
The
Brickman just
Night
said
Batman
they-
build I was talking about before as well, that I did for the Lego Batman movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I wanted it for myself, I had to make one for myself.
That is awesome.
That is ridiculous.
So that's better than the version they released a couple of years ago as a promo.
Yeah, I got that promo and I
yeah.
haven't opened it because I like mine better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that promo was not the best.
Brickman just said someone made a comment because two of us are building in our basements right now, and someone said something about basements, and Brickman just said we don't have basements, we have building garages.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, this is the limit of my build space here. It's not even a full garage. There's like on the other side of that is a clothes dryer. On the other side of that is just like storage where I've got all the camping stuff and bits and pieces. So it's like a single car garage that is maybe 3/4 at best taken up with Lego.
You're making do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd love more space, but house prices around here at the moment are ridiculous.
Yeah. Thanks, Jane Doe, for posting the link there. So everybody go check out Brent's website. As he said, lots of instructions there for free download. So go check it out.
I'm just too lazy to generate instructions and have people pay for them, because I feel like if people are paying for them, there's a higher expectation that the thing needs to be awesome and the build quality needs to be amazing. Where if it's free, you just take what they get.
Well,
it's
I
hard for them to complain.
I feel that 100%, and I probably spent way too much time on the couple of designs I have on Rebrickable trying to make the instructions perfect, especially after, as Kevin mentioned, we've built a few alternate builds and things on this channel, and some of the instructions are not so great, right? Some people don't put so much detail into those things. So
yeah, some of them are real good, some are real bad. Like, you get excited to do it, and you find it and stuff like that, and then you get into it, and it's like we did the Ford Mustang. There was an alternate Shelby build for it, so
I saw that one. I
was all on fire for that. The thing looked amazing, and it does look amazing. You just don't want to touch it, look at it, or breathe that in its direction.
Yes.
Boy, I hope that Lamborghini is not the same, because I think that might be the same creator as
it's funny you mentioned the Lamborghini. They had, I don't know if you follow it or you watch it or whatever, they have Lego Masters US is on right now. They just did an episode where they had to they got to look at the Technic Lambo, like they got to take a look at it, and then they pushed it off the thing, and they had to recreate it from memory.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so now they obviously didn't have to put all the drive gear in, but they had to do their best deal. And these are really experienced builders. And some of the creations they came up with were, well, they were out there. But
they were quite interesting.
Yeah.
I watched it last night.
Oh, good. We are going to talk about that later, because that is probably the funniest thing.
Yes, because I might have missed what the funny moment was, or I didn't think it was as funny.
You couldn't miss it.
So
was it the thing on the table?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
At the end?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, almost the end.
So Brent, I know you were really appreciate you joining us today. I know you had a kind of a timeline, so not sure how you're doing on time, but we definitely appreciate you joining us today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd probably hang around for maybe another 10, 15, and I'll have to
perfect.
Take off and do some grocery shopping.
Oh, perfect. Hey, he builds his great set, and he's just a normal man. Hey, let's go get his groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is a pretty cool build. We were like we were saying before, and just to reiterate, like, it's very accurate. We talked a little bit after we ended the stream yesterday, just kind of how the apartment looks and what it looks like, and how accurate it is to the actual set.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's.
Yeah, well, I blatantly copied. There was a scale replica of it made. It wasn't made of Lego. It was just like a model, I think they might still sell it, and it's like $500 US or something, and it's probably at least twice the size of the Lego set. But that was apparently an accurate representation of the real set on the show. So I just grabbed a bunch of photos of that. I don't own it. I just sort of found pictures online and used that as my basis for what I want to make.
Yeah, and I believe I heard you say in an interview you were watching the show too as you were building. That's
part of what got it started, because it was on Amazon Prime here in Australia. It still is at the moment. And I was just watching it and saw that they'd made Lego Friends. I was like, well, what the hell what have we not got Lego Seinfeld?
Absolutely.
I know.
It's complete George Costanza move. I was like, why? Just like jealousy is like, we must have Lego Seinfeld before Friends.
I was also very surprised just knowing the demographic of Friends versus Seinfeld. Seinfeld seemed like it would have made sense to go first. Friends was a little out of place.
Yeah, I think Friends apparently has a big fan base with young people these days. Like my daughter's watching it at the moment.
Sure.
Yeah, it's being rewatched. Yeah.
I think partially because it is on Netflix, and I think maybe that was the catalyst for them sort of doing it through Lego Ideas now, improving it, because Netflix paid like $500 million for the streaming rights, which is apparently coming September-ish.
September.
Yeah.
And I noticed there's now Lego Funko Pops not Lego Funko Pops. There's Seinfeld Funko Pops and a bunch of merchandising coming out. Like I went to Kmart the other day and saw a Kramer T-shirt and picked that up.
Okay, Kevin's wearing one now. Yeah.
Yeah, and that must be because it's coming to Netflix. I think they realize more people are going to be watching it, and there's going to be a bigger market for it, like Friends, like what happened with Friends.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite theme now for Lego for the?
Not really. I don't really collect. The only thing I collect exclusively are the modulars and the main line of collectible minifigs. I'll get a set of those each time, and I'll buy whatever the latest modular is. Everything else, I just pick and choose what I want, what I like. Like I bought Sesame Street, Flintstones, Winnie the Pooh. Like I've got the Ford Mustang there. What else have we got? Most of it's modulars though. I bought all that Overwatch stuff because I don't play it anymore, but I used to play Overwatch pretty.
I love Overwatch. I have all that too. I was sad it didn't sell better, but I wasn't surprised. But I was happy.
Yeah, I really wanted this because it was mainly for the minifigs again. Like I don't really particularly like the sets. I just wanted the minifigs. I wanted the full roster of characters, but they haven't got that far, or don't know if they will.
No.
You just said modular, so Toadborg just woke up.
Yeah.
It's like modular.
I love the Lego Ideas line. Like I can't think of one that they've put out that I haven't really loved. CMFs are great. The Shipwreck Survivor is I've adopted him as my sig fig. I designed this little brickheads of him with the hermit crab.
Yeah, and I'll just pick up stuff. I've got a few random brickheads of just things I wanted, or I like to look at the parts that were in it. I have multiple reasons depending on the day. Sometimes I just feel like buying Lego, so I'll just go buy a little set.
Yeah, I know.
Even though I know I've got boxes full of stuff. When you get rejected from Lego Ideas, you get $500 US to spend at the Lego online store.
Oh, do you?
And because I've got the bonsai and the calendar rejected, I got $1,000 worth to spend, and all the sets I got for that are still sitting in the box because they're just so big. I don't have the time to build something so big. I got like the Jurassic Park gate and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I still got to build that too.
I like the smaller stuff. Like I wish they do more adult stuff that is something I could knock out in a night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
I agree with that.
I don't have time to build something that takes 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. So you're saying like when you have an idea and it gets the 10,000 votes and then it goes into rejection, they give you 500 at that point for that.
Yes, that's your consolation prize for rejection. Okay. That's only a recent thing. Like when for the Batmobile when I was still in Lego Cuso.
Yeah.
They didn't have that. And it wasn't until the Marshmallow Man was the first time I got it. And I think they introduced it when they moved over to Ideas as a branding. Well,
that's cool. It's nice that they do something because that's a lot of time invested, right? So,
yeah, like I mean, Seinfeld wasn't too bad because it was just time. Other things actually take money to develop.
Yeah. 100%.
Not that I made that bonsai. I didn't make 4 ideas. I made it for one of my local lugs shows, and I thought if it turns out all right and people like it, I'll put it on ideas. And people were just asking me at that show I took it to, "Are you going to put it on ideas?" I was like, because you're asking, yes, I will.
So do you think?
Go ahead,
think
Tanner.
they need to tighten up the rules on the submission now? I mean, you're seeing it now. The amount of sets that are getting to 10K is pretty large. The amount of sets in each of the review phases is large. They can't really keep up with that. And there's so many sets that it's automatic rejection, right? Like any modular seems to get rejected right away.
I think it would be fairer to those people who are doing those projects. Like this, I think it's Bricky Brick does a lot of modulars.
Yeah.
I think he might be the guy who's got the most to 10K, but they always get rejected. And I think it would be fairer for the people who take the time to build all these things to just say, no, we're not going to do it. I mean, they get the $500 worth of Lego, but the amount of time I put into Seinfeld was infinitely more than that. Like,
absolutely.
The first build only took, most of it was like over a weekend, but then I just said I'm going to refine it over the next 2 weeks or so. But the actual promotion, all those pictures you were talking about earlier, for that full 2 months or whatever it was to get to 10K, at some points they are making a new image to promote the show every single day almost.
Sure.
Or every second day. And so I enjoyed it. It was fun to do. Like, it's fun to build these little scenes from the show and put them out there and see the reaction I got from it.
Yeah.
But the time I spent doing that wouldn't be made up by a $500 worth of Lego.
No, exactly.
So that, like, they don't approve architecture stuff, brickhead stuff, modulars, obviously. There's a bunch of things that they really, to thin it out a little bit, they would probably do better to not allow those things to begin with.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about that a lot, like ways to make the program more like better and more reasonable. And
and they've changed. They keep it's a natural process. They're just changing as they go. Like the rule, like I said, the rule before about they no longer allow Ghostbusters is because they know they're not going to approve it because they've already got the license. So they just knocked it off at that stage. They could do the same with modulars and things like that. But it's just an evolving process. Like the last change I think used to be able to put logos of whatever it was you were making or things on the thumbnails. So if it was X-Files, for example, you could put the X-Files logo. Then they changed it that we weren't actually allowed to use the logo, but you could recreate the words just without the logo. So I kind of recreated one that was in the theme of, just in Photoshop, text that was in the theme of that. And then they changed it again that you weren't allowed to put text on anything unless it was on bricks or brick built. So, and then they've changed it again where you're just not allowed to do that at all. Like, it has to be part of the build, not just people were like doing these big elaborate brick built versions of the logos just so they could get the logo in there. So when people see that thumbnail, they get through just by looking at the logo. They go, I know Seinfeld. I'll just click the logo. That's enough.
Yeah.
So that's their way of kind of thinning it out a little bit so that people aren't just going, I know IP, so I'll click button because of IP.
Very true.
Yeah.
Hey, some of our Australian followers want to know if you have a Bricklink store out there.
I did, but I didn't really have much on there and didn't use it enough, so it's closed at the moment. And I probably will never bring it back. The only things I sell now I got custom minifigs on wallercustoms.com. So I've got I've got one lying around somewhere. No, I don't. I've got a version of like Arnie Terminator T800 as a minifig that I've got custom printed. I've got more Spacemen coming. I did a bunch of classic space in different colors. All official parts, just printed with the classic logo on the chest. I did a bunch of those a few years ago, and I've got more of them coming later in the year, hopefully. So
that sounds awesome.
That'll be great.
I did colors like pearl gold and dark gold and not dark gold, dark red, dark blue, lime green, dark tan, orange, which they've since brought out an orange one, so won't be doing that one again.
Sure.
Yeah, they only put out in that book, though, right?
Yeah, they came out in that book, and I don't want people confusing my custom printed stuff for the real thing. So thankfully, I sold out of all my oranges by then, and I use the more modern helmet because that's what's available in the colors I need.
Yeah.
So like the new ones, I'll have some new colors coming. I've got like magenta coming, which is not going to be a cheap color because it's pretty expensive for the parts. But like dark azure, dark orange. There's a bunch of new colors coming in the next wave.
And you do you ship worldwide? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, I do ship worldwide. I did offer free postage until like a month or two ago, and they've changed all the customs rules now. I sent off like four orders earlier in the year, and they all came back with this custom issue. And I went to the post office about it, and I used to be able to slap $6 worth of stamps on these things, and they'd make it no trouble. Now it's like $22 something Australian to get these things posted overseas.
That's
so
crazy.
They are there, but I mean, you're happy to go and buy some now, but I'd recommend if you want Spacemen, wait till they come, and then you'll get more value in your postage order.
Yeah.
Order a few at a time.
Just don't send it FedEx. It will be okay.
Oh, FedEx.
Karen and I have a hate relationship with FedEx. So.
That is right.
Which is so funny because I don't have any problems with FedEx.
We'll ship you something and they bill you 10 times for it. You'll see. But yeah, that's awesome. Like I'm very interested in that stuff, so that's cool to hear. And
yeah, the only thing is they don't have air tanks, which I did try painting the air tanks to try and match the colors, but one, I could never color match them correctly and paint chips eventually. So they are air tankless, but otherwise they're all official Lego Spaceman parts, but they've just got the classic torso, a classic space print on their chest.
On the torso, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I'll buy, a bunch of whatever color torso I need, and then I have to remove all the existing prints off of them and then get them reprinted.
Yeah. A little bit of effort.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Brent, again, can't thank you enough for joining us today. It's just been an extreme pleasure talking with you about the sets you've designed, the whole experience, the process. Everybody here, if you haven't, go check out at Waller Customs on Instagram. Go check out wallercustoms.com. Really appreciate you spending time with us today.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely love this set.
Mm-hmm.
Great work.
And I'll keep an eye out on the website, or I'll post it on Instagram when more spacemen are up. And then talk to you guys later. Hopefully I can come on another day and we can talk about Lego when I don't have anything else on.
That would be great.
We will talk about Lego at any time.
Yeah, we usually don't shut up. We say it quite often. If you're willing to engage a conversation with us, it's your fault. You're going to be stuck here for a while. So.
Well, and that's what I tell anyone. Like, you take me to a party or something, I'll sit in the corner and not talk to anyone. If you want to talk to me about Lego, you won't get me to shut up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. We're the same way. But yeah, thank you very, very much. Appreciate this. It's very cool, very neat. It's great to see someone that came out with a fantastic set, and that bonsai tree I'm probably going to go after next because, like I said, that puts the Lego one to shame in my books.
Yeah, people have asked for instructions, but I don't want to pull it apart to figure out how I built it because it was so long ago. But anyway,
and there it comes, and back to the boomerang thing, to the laziness part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, thanks, you sir.
Take care, Brent. Well, that was a treat. Hope everybody enjoyed
Hear that.
Yeah.
Lego celebrity.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like that's just average Joe, and he's just creative, right?
It's awesome.
Kind of cool to find out about his design, because I know, like I am not good with the studios or anything like that. I don't. I haven't dabbled in any of that, so like I usually just sit down and figure it out.
Yeah.
But kind of cool to hear how he does that, and thank you very much to Brickman and Tanner and all these guys for getting this all set up, and yeah, that was cool. Now for our next surprise, Tanner's going to get Cosmo to come on. So
That's right. Oh man.
Well, I'd like to say in the span of that build, the Americans won 5 medals.
Oh.
In swimming.
Go sports.
Go Spiders! Just saying. But yeah, I was just sitting and listening. I'm just like, I can't, I've dabbled in studio, but I haven't taken the leap yet. I think I would be one. I don't have enough pieces to do stuff, but I feel like if I would probably be a in studio.
Yeah.
Dibble dabble. And then build, but not with the right colors because I don't have nearly enough pieces, you know.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily, like he even said it, you don't need the right pieces. You can build away with what you've got.
Yeah.
And then, once you've got your base design down, now you can do your bricklink. You need 40 1x2s. You need this, you need that. Like you just slam it together with what you got and then figure it out after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the peril of building in studio, and he talked about it a bit, is studio will kind of let you do what you want with the design, even if the bricks don't actually fit together like that. And so you build it, and it looks great, and then you get the parts, and it doesn't really fit together the way you thought it was going to.
That makes sense, yeah.
Doesn't one of them have like a stability checker?
It does, yeah, it does, but it's not always 100%, right? So it'll check for power, it'll check for stability, it'll check for interference in the bricks, but it's still a simulation, right? So it's not always 100%.
All right.
Harley in the channel. Hey, Harley.
Is Harley here?
Yes, sir. He said, if you need pieces, I can help.
Yeah. Oh, Harley's here. I didn't know because I couldn't read his name. I could read my name.
All right. So what did I mess up here?
Oh, I don't know where you guys are at. I'm way behind. I don't know.
I'm really far ahead.
I just cracked open bag 8.
Oh, me too.
I'm almost done with it. No, I'm almost done with bag 8, but I've made a mistake because I'm missing a piece, so I'm trying to figure out unless I accidentally.
Thank you very much, Tommy Rich. Muchly appreciated.
Hey, thanks, Tommy Rich.
And how are you doing?
Yeah, so Codework says he had that issue with the hair on his buildable figure. It worked in studio. It didn't work when he tried to build it.
Yeah. Yeah. So then he just figured it out, right? Like he just got after it and got it done. So, and Toadborg, and same with you, Maura. Like you've bought a lot of bulk lately, and it doesn't take long before you just got parts laying all over the place, sort of thing. And like I said, even that, like that I was saying the other night about the second half of the where I have my Avengers Tower on the subway station.
Yeah,
I just used whatever I possibly could to fill that up to just get it built up, and then I'll go back and now I'll order my stuff, and as Harley already knows. And yeah, Brickman, thanks again, muchly appreciated. That was awesome. Prognosis negative. 5. So, what is everybody else building, or if anything? And just by talking to that guy, does that make you want the set if you didn't have it? Question mark.
It makes me want to buy more than one.
Yeah, I think you were buying more than one anyway. Were you not?
Well, I was, but then the more he kept talking, I was like, you know what? I probably will buy another one.
I just about died at that bat thing though. That
oh my god, that thing is beautiful. And I like Batman, but I'm not like I have to buy Batman. Other than the classic Batman, because the 1960s I grew up watching that, so that to me is separate. But that is beautiful.
I have to buy that.
Yeah, I'm going to be checking out his website for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really cool. That the Batman thing was cool, but man, that Seinfeld apartment facade and the monks.
Oh my gosh,
that's just gorgeous.
I was waiting to see if you were going to pick up on it because I saw it right away. I was like, I think I know what that
I
is.
thought that's what it was, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Okay, so this little micro build that we did on the bookshelf,
Yeah.
Yes.
sure, that's John Voight's pencil with the teeth marks that George found in the car.
Yes. So for
Mike
those,
said most certainly Brad.
since I'm a little
did
bit ahead.
right?
Ooh, beautiful.
It's every little stinking piece of wonderfulness. It's just like how they built the couches and the bookshelves and the desk and the can of soda on the. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
And the kitchen, like how they like the way they built the shelving in the kitchen.
Did you hear what he said about that though? His had more stuff in it.
Yeah. That's just.
So let's see. Tommy Rich is driving home from the parents, eating bugles, doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
Attaboy.
Brad just finished the probe droid. Jane Doe says she's still not interested in Seinfeld. And go ahead.
It has good parts though, Jaco.
It does.
Lots of good parts.
You need to check out the Batcave Manor he did to the expo.
That's what I just read right there.
Oh, sorry.
That was that. No. I just read it as you were saying it there. I'm very interested in that but I would be very excited for a manor.
Jimmy's building a haunted mansion. Broke the Infinity Gauntlet throwing the dog toy, so rebuilding that.
Oh no!
And when that happens.
Yeah, I see all his bins like that, and it makes me want to organize for 5 minutes.
It makes me want to organize, but not that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I have the vision in my head of what I want to do, but the time it will take me to do that, I just can't.
The time I would find the energy or the ambition where I'm lacking. Oh, this is cool.
And Doug's still working on his crocodile locomotive. Seth's not interested in Seinfeld either.
And I guess everyone can't be interested in everything.
Yeah, that's okay.
You know what I was going to ask him? I totally forgot. How cool would it be to have Kramer's apartment? Because he's got the door.
Oh, yeah. Just connect it right there. Have the red light. You could light that up with red light, like Kenny Rogers Roasters coming through.
What am I need to do here?
The little guys in the armoire sweeping it. The guys sleeping in the armoire.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so good. Ooh, Mike, you're doing the Chamber of Secrets. That's a good one.
Harley's asking, Tanner, did you change your basement from our Bugle build? Kind of, yes.
Yeah, a little bit, Harley. I got a couple more shelves up now and a couple more tables. And then I just I changed the layout of my build area.
He's got so much more room for activities now.
So much more room for activities.
All right. So how does this stay on here?
Which part are you doing? Oh, you're doing
I'm
the
starting
lights?
the lights. Oh, here we go. Like that.
Seth is working on the Boba Fett helmet.
It's a good one.
Ooh, that's one of my faves.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenny Brick says a hot tub in Kramer's apartment to warp the chest of drawers. Absolutely. Welcome, Jenny Bricks.
Welcome, Jenny Bricks. Elena said, Charlotte's building the Brickheads Cats. I haven't decided yet what I want to build, Friend Central Park, or to continue your Kramer art that should be space art or
Yes.
telescope.
I would finish your art. Don't start a set until you're done with the art. There's too many.
I think you should start all your sets at once.
All of them.
All of them. Multitask that stuff.
And
make sure
have Charlotte help you sort your pieces.
Brickman says he's put his Seinfeld set aside for now. Will build ASAP when capable.
Oh, yeah, Brickman recovering a little bit. How are you feeling today, Brickman? Hopefully better.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I can't get over how cool that was.
Still hasn't started her Seinfeld.
I did snow Lena. That's why I made that comment.
Oh, the last time Charlotte helped. I'm sure she was constructive, no?
So that what Brent was saying about rejected idea sets, I had no idea about that. I knew the ones that got approved, that they got, the 10 free sets and they get 1%, but I had no idea that they.
I didn't even know they got 1%. But it's kind of cool.
You got to think some of those big ones, like what's the biggest idea set? I guess it'd be the grand piano. But some of those that adds up. The grand piano, unfortunately, has had the supply issue, so that guy's probably not getting a whole lot. But
that's what I was gonna say.
Saturn,
and it's so big.
Probably sold a ton.
Yeah, I'm wondering, if like some of the like medium size-ish ones actually sell the best because they're not cost prohibitive. Like I think the grand piano is a great looking set, but I'm not going to spend that much on it.
Toadborg says I need to train my guinea pigs how to sort parts.
I mean, that probably would be helpful to you. Barracuda Bay, yes.
The what?
Pieces and bricks, Barracuda Bay. That's probably one that sells really well.
I would love to see if they had statistics out there for which ones sold the best to see. It'd be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, because it might be something. I mean, like even if it was an Ecto 1 or something like that. Where like you said, where it's affordable and it's iconic enough that people would be all over it, sort of thing. The numbers would probably be through there, but when his Ecto 1 went through that wasn't a thing.
No, and I have that Ecto 1. That was my weird. I'm still paying attention to Lego time, so I have that and the DeLorean. Like I bought those when those came out.
And I'm sure it's interesting, right? Because some of the idea sets are on the shelf for maybe a year or two, and some of them are on for a lot longer, and some of them they bring back, like the Ship in the Bottle and the Saturn V. So,
yeah, that would be interesting too. Like, is that a thing? Like, so they bring back the Ship in a Bottle. So does that?
Yeah,
I wonder. Does that put that person back into the 1%?
Yes, they are. But it was interesting. I don't know how I'd feel about that. Like, again, it's not wrong to say he designed that Ecto 1, and then look how much Ghostbuster stuff. Like, he got them in the door for that licensing. Now, they had to pursue it and everything, but just having that pass the criteria and them going after it and knowing it would be a hit by how much it sold, he in effect opened the door for that, right? And I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, it's awesome, right?
These chairs are ridiculously cool.
Aren't they? They are, and how they fit, like where they all sit, like the way they design the jumpers and the studs and the.
Huh.
I'm sorry to hear that, Brickman. I just read your chat. Sending well wishes.
Absolutely.
For all you Aussies out there, one of the big Aussie US showdowns is coming up.
Which sport?
The 4x100 women's freestyle relay.
Okay.
The Aussies are the favorites. They're probably going to win, but.
What the heck do I got going on here?
What you building?
I don't know. I think I'm missing a tile piece. Nope, I'm not. It just goes in there. Never mind.
Go sports. Yes, Jane Doe. Go sports. All right, so this goes.
I'm building the couch now.
How does?
Aussies win the swimming. No way.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I haven't watched the Olympics in a couple of years. I know the last time I watched Michael Phelps was still swimming, and it was amazing. They were doing the whole breakdown of how much he eats every day.
Yeah. Yeah, they so actually last minute he decided to go, so he's actually in the booth with
Nice.
Rowdy and company.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he eats 6 eggs, and then he tops it off with 2 plates of spaghetti, and then he has 15 Big Macs, and like, seriously, I think he's eating like 10,000 calories a day or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I just don't swim.
No, this is my sport, so this is like where I'm like really like tuned in. And all right, I just finished.
Yeah, sorry the Aussies are going in lockdown. We're starting to see some restrictions come back here. They just released mandate mask again in St. Louis.
I saw that. I'm surprised we don't have that yet. I was sort of impressed that you did, but I think it's just because of a lot of other factors that you guys have it and we don't.
But someone is also now suing the mayor or the city.
Just now?
Yeah.
Surprised it didn't happen before. Oh my gosh, Toad Board, 400 calories, 4,000 calories a day. I just can't even like imagine that.
No way.
I mean, I know I used to eat not that many, but like a lot more. Like when I was swimming, I was eating a lot, but now I can't imagine eating that much. That just makes my stomach hurt to think about.
I could go for some calories right now.
Well, my husband, the reason I was checking my phone is my daughter and my husband went to go get candy. And so I asked him to buy me some Twizzlers. So I have some Twizzlers in the other room.
Did Kirsten ever come back with your ice cream last night, Kevin?
No, it wasn't. So my son-in-law's mother has an ice cream truck, and it wasn't her ice cream truck. So she didn't come home with an ice cream, but she came home with a Slurpee. So that was just as good.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's just as good.
Yeah. Which I'm going to have to stop drinking soon because Tanner and I are going on a diet.
That's right.
You are?
We are.
What's your choice?
Choice of what?
How are we?
Don't eat.
How are we attacking it? Well, no. Are you doing calories? Are you doing macros? Are you doing just make better choices?
I'm going to start with make better choices, and it's going to be great from there because I'm literally like I make poor choices.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can't overdo it. Just start with making better, healthier choices, and then portion control is a big part of it, and then you go from there.
Well, I had lost, like we were with friends. It was called Game On Diet, and it was a competition. And I'm very competitive, and I never want to let my friends down, especially when it's a team thing.
Yeah.
So the girls that I was teamed up with, there was me and 2 other of my friends that were on the team, and it was against about 12 or 14 other people, and we killed it because in 2 months I lost 62 pounds.
Wow,
that's amazing. That's a lot. It was a lot. And the problem is that after everything ended and we're all done, it got back to the point I'm like, well, I can just stop at McDonald's this morning for breakfast because I don't have time. I didn't want to make my own. And he got back to get back into the routine of being lazy. Happens really fast.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
So
yeah, I understand that.
Gain it back with interest usually. So.
Oh.
And that's where I'm at. I'm doing pretty good still on eating okay. I need to get back to the daily workout routine.
Do
That's
it.
Yeah.
So
I can.
I go to the
I
gym
will
at
say
5 in the
I can
morning.
do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it because I was not that person.
Yeah.
Not that person. And if
I
I can
get up and
figure
I go
out
to
how
the
to make
gym
it
at 5
happen,
in the morning, and I just got to get back into doing that.
I'm
Axel
in my
says
basement at 5 in the morning too.
Axel says better choices, so no more Lego builds, but long walks in the woods. Well, no, don't talk crazy here.
Yeah,
Axel.
let's keep it in check here. I mean, I'm gonna long walk to the Lego store maybe. No, but you're not wrong. A little more activity,
Mm-hmm.
that sort of stuff, and it's more the workout. I just got to get back into my routine. And I was big into. I really love I love my mountain biking and stuff like that. So I was big into.
Mm-hmm.
I got hardcore into spin classes and fell in love
There
with
you
that.
go.
So I just got to get back to it. But I'm afraid that, like everybody's saying, we're gonna be heading towards another bloody lockdown or
Yeah.
whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually probably getting a bike around Christmas. I think the stuff that I do, they're coming out with a bike that works on their platform.
Yeah.
So
I seriously considered that Peloton. I thought that'd be cool.
yeah, well the one that is coming out with the stuff that I'm doing costs less, and when you read about what it can do, it actually can do more than the Peloton.
Oh, really?
So yeah, and it was partially designed by one of the trainers that actually left Peloton.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna get that.
He took the secrets.
Well, I hate cardio.
Yeah.
Like straight cardio, so I thought that might be a nice mix.
Todd says less pasta, more sunflower seeds.
Oh gosh.
And I was really into cardio when I started getting back into shape a couple of years ago. I actually liked that more than I liked lifting.
Oh no,
yeah, I'm not a big fan of lifting, but cardio doesn't burn fat as much as you think it would. It's not.
It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I was trying to get my blood pressure down and get my
and that's what it will do for you.
Awesome
for sure.
That, right?
That's what I noticed for me is that my resting heart rate before I started was 95, which is ridiculous. And now I'm about at 55.
Right.
So Jimmy P says he's on holidays, and this is a thing too. So he's on holidays, and once he gets back from that, then Nordic track vault. He said, but that's a thing too. I'm going to BC in a week and a half or so, and it's traveling down I'm going to be on my bike, so the traveling is going to be a little bit difficult to eat great. Yeah. But I'm really going to monitor kind of at best how I do it. And then once I get to work, I can just go buy groceries and stuff and eat in. But
Mike says it's time to order a pizza.
I agree. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's the problem with me. I'm like, this is what we're going to do. It's going to be a great idea. But yes, I'll have pizza.
So Australia's blowing us out of the water, but U.S. and Canada are in a tight race for silver or bronze at the moment.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's put some money on it.
I don't know. This is like a dead heat for second place here. I don't know. I think Canada's gonna get the silver. It's my gut. I was right. Canada got the silver.
Good thing we had $100 on it. What?
Well, so Alexiak, the one who anchored the relay, is who lost to the person who anchored our relay 4 years ago.
Oh.
And when I mean Australia blew everyone out of the water, a second and a half.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Jane Doe says, Kevin, she meant to tell you she ordered the Sion last night.
That girl, I am excited for her. She is going to right-hand drive that thing.
Yeah. I can't wait.
God.
I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited.
I can't wait to hear the cursing.
Oh, there'll be what was it? Cheerios, and what was the one gave her another one to say. Cheerios, shucks, and I can't remember now. She'll say it though. She'll remind me.
Oh my gosh. You beat us by 3/100ths of a second.
Hey,
Canadians.
if you're not first, you're last.
Well, you weren't first, you were second.
It's not even true. I
go.
was high on peyote when I said that. You can be second, you can be third, you can be fourth.
Poppycock. That was it. Thanks, Nalina. Poppycock. That's what she'll be saying. But you'll know what I say when it's all finished. Yeah, you're only 75% done because you have this one piece left.
There you go.
She was all upset because she right-hand drive the Land Rover,
Mm-hmm.
and she has literally one picnic pin left, like just one of those little black pins.
Mhm.
And she's like, "It's only 75% done." That CN is an amazing build. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
I had all my minifigs nice, and then I moved the set. Now they all fell over.
So did you build that one first or the Bugatti first?
Bugatti.
Yeah. So I did too, and I fell in love with that one.
Yep.
And then I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'll get the CN. And then I built the Bugatti, and I was like, yep, gotta have it because it was such an awesome experience.
Yeah, I love both of those builds. They're probably, out of all my stuff, like two of my it's it's a double-edged sword. They're probably two of my favorites, but the two that I also really wanted to get done quick because I was getting tired at the end of, like, it was a big build, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, but it's like one of those things you just want to see the progress in it. And even in some sense, like the Bugle, when we're building on that, when you get into a repetitive step,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like, just end this already. Like I just want to be done this step because I want to move on. I want to see my little bit of progress.
Absolutely.
But when it's done and you sit back and look at it, it's pretty remarkable.
Let's see. Jenny Brick says, in all fairness, I only did the Technic buggy, and I cussed my way to the end.
Yeah, no. I'm just not going to do that. They're just not, no.
Okay, so now we can talk about it. I hope that everybody has watched Lego Masters. If not, I'm
If
sorry.
you have not,
Earmuffs. So, do you seriously not know the part that killed us? Did you not catch it?
Was it the thing? I don't want to spoil too much in case someone hasn't seen it. Was it the thing that happened right after the 30 seconds?
Yes.
Well, I'll spoil it. Yes. Like,
that wasn't that funny.
I mean, okay, I don't want to say I wasn't surprised, but like once it happened, and then I was like, they would have done that.
100%. But the thing is, he had a mile to stop.
I know.
All he had to do was let go. Just let go.
I was also watching it like when I was like almost going to sleep. So like but I do understand how you could have been in stitches. But I was in stitches,
and what really got me in stitches was
I was more just like, what? I had to stop. I actually paused it for a second because I'm like, that didn't just happen.
It did. And the part that got me going was the girl talking about it just after it happened. And you know how they cut to the interviews? And she is just about wetting herself. She's laughing so hard about he goes, he grazed everybody and just kept on keeping on. Like there was no straight off.
He missed every single car on his way out too. Like if he would have hit one, he probably would have stayed on the track, but he missed every single one. Toadborg thinks it was staged. I don't know, man. The reaction seemed pretty genuine to me. If it was staged, they acted really well because.
Well, but I guess why would they have wanted to do that? Because it made them be in the bottom too.
Exactly.
Yeah, it totally wasn't staged. They just didn't let go of the throttle.
Didn't know how to drive the thing.
Yeah. Oh Lord, I was dying.
No
I watched it over and over again just to watch it go off the edge. I'm like,
hey, the
Brick Builder.
Welcome, buddy.
Yeah, just to watch that thing go off the edge, it was too much. Too much.
Yeah.
Get on there.
All right.
But that brick car they built for that episode, though, was just, yeah.
Like I said, I was blown away with their memory skills on some of it. That would be tough to do.
absolutely.
There's no way I couldn't have done that.
Like
And
even
I've seen that car a million times.
and I built it, and I wouldn't be able to do it that well.
Yeah, it'd be a bit of a struggle. But the guys that won, I think they did it right. You know, they put in key points. You had the license plate. You had this. You had, you know, like there was key points to it.
So are all these lights the same, or are they different?
It's one and then three.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 and 3. Wait, you got a Mickey art for $40 off?
Who did?
Who did?
Where did you? Where?
Who did?
Peter Brick Builder.
Oh,
It says Walmart.
I have never seen a Mickey art at Walmart.
I haven't seen. I've
Ever.
seen Mickey arts there, but I've never seen them on clearance.
I've never seen them there. Not at ours.
well, remember that I was saying the other day when I picked up that the meditation chamber.
Yeah.
They had everything there, like bouquets, everything. But just not Walmart. I was in 2 different Walmarts today, and
Toadberg says
Nothing.
$90. Same thing.
None of mine have that. I might have to look online. I saw Moonman posted a thing too, that his Walmart had all the sets.
I need another Sith art to go on sale because I need to build the Darth Revan that I made. I still haven't built that.
I need to build that as well. We should do a stream one night of that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, apparently we figured out another set we both have is the T-Rex.
Oh, yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of Rebecca's favorites.
Isn't that the one that she guilted you into buying that one day?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't built that Revan art, and somebody reached out to me and said, "Hey, I built it. You know, is that you? Because I want to put it, give you credit on Instagram or whatever."
What? People will give you credit for that?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
It's bizarre. Normally they just take all the credit.
Just steal it. But the guy posted it, and it looks awesome. I was like, "Oh crap!"
Oh yeah, I saw that earlier. Yeah.
It does look awesome. Yeah.
First arts. Yo, Captain America. Oh yeah, has the right colors. Yeah. Yeah, the Mickey is definitely like, I'm a Disney person, so for me, I don't know that I would almost buy another one, but I don't feel like I'd have to do something else with it. Like I don't need another Mickey or Minnie.
I think we were talking about it though. I would do that because for me, the Mickey Minnie, I haven't done them yet. If I was to do them, I'd do their second build of them.
The alternate builds, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought about that, and but I have to put it somewhere else in my house.
Yeah.
Because I put the one that has the 2 of them together with the silhouetted Mickey ears in the background.
Yeah.
At the bottom, like of our stairs to our basement, which is my Lego storage.
Dungeon. Yeah.
It's not a dungeon; it's a basement. It's very nice. And I love it there. And then I want to add stuff. And someone had a Donald Duck on Instagram.
Yeah, I think it's.
And he's like, contact me for the directions. So I sent him a message, and he's being like cagey about. I'm like, I'll pay for them. Like that probably took you a really long time, but
it's crazy.
I haven't seen the directions yet.
Mike Carswell, take care. Have a wonderful evening, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes, thanks, Mike.
Ooh, a Jack Skellington alt build?
Yeah, that was one that popped out right after they released that Mickey and Minnie.
My nephew loves Jack Skellington.
See that? I've never watched it. Like, I feel that I would like
he's
it.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
I'm on the hunt for a brickhead form of it. It's just they're a little pricey.
Oh, really?
Not horrible, but a little bit pricey.
I have one more alt build to do in a Stormtrooper because I still want to reverse that one. Haven't got around to doing that yet. But I want to do that still.
You know what you need? You need a whiteboard.
I need no.
No,
No.
not so much.
No. I've got a cell phone.
That's smart.
No, I know there's lots of stuff. I don't know. And even right now, I was kind of waiting for all that stuff to go on sale and pick some of that up there, but just hasn't. Nothing's come on sale until now. If that's it, and I was at a couple different WalMarts today, but like I said, it's almost like they all have different product because
They do, because they all order separately.
Yeah, our Windermere store is fully stocked of stuff. So either somebody switched on there that into the Lego area, or
I know ours have been actually several stores I've been in recently in our area. Like I was in a Walmart and Target and Kohl's. They're all doing their like inventory switcherooski.
Yeah.
So I bet it's just a matter of how far along the stores are in that process if they've put new stuff out. So maybe I will take a little trip tomorrow to some Walmarts and see if they've started to put new stuff out.
Yeah.
I won't buy it, probably.
Sure,
but
no, I wouldn't either. I'd probably
I'll go look at it.
Yeah, me too. I'm good at looking.
I'm leaving soon. What am I going to do with it?
Put it in your basement.
Add it to the list of things that we have to build in Building with Buds over the next 17 years at this rate.
Yeah.
Peace and Brick said he can find you a Jack and a Sally too if you need that.
That's Harley.
Bearded Brick Builder said me and my fiance got a deal on 24 brickheads from a guy near where we lived last year. Jack and Sally,
that's
and Bell,
$200.
That's great.
That's a steal.
And that's Canadian dollars, so that would be like $10.
$4. Yeah.
$4 or so.
That's under retail.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. The problem is that if you find it in Canada, by the shipping, you'd ship it to me. It's probably wouldn't, you know what I mean? That's the problem.
It wouldn't be bad. That stuff's not bad.
Yeah. No, my nephew loves it, and I've been just trying to find one because the ones I've seen around here are like $40 to $50, and I'm just not wanting to spend that.
Yeah, if it's something that I'm absolutely can't live without, no problem, whatever. But there's not too often.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got Harley on the hunt for me now. He got me this. I got one now. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it now because I moved the camera. But my Sanctum is sitting over here right now. So I got that today. So there's another project on the old that I got in the old whiteboard.
In your head? Whiteboard in your head.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be, I don't know, another project. You're done too?
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. That's a wrap.
I'm close. Very close.
I like your method for your parts. I usually I have a mug and I rotate my mugs and I just keep filling them up. And then once it's full, I dump it.
Yeah. So that's what I do them all in a tray. And then this is full. I've got I don't know. It's one of these little containers from Michael's, that has all these.
Yeah.
And so I separate them. So I'll put the little 1x1s all together. But I wait until it's full to do that.
Me too. Yeah. Same thing.
I need to do that eventually, but all my parts are kind of just together.
I love these minifigures. They're awesome.
They are. I can't make them all stand up. My creamer keeps falling over because he's a little top heavy with the
pretzels are making him thirsty.
Pretzels are making him thirsty.
God. Okay. I would say if you've never had a New York street pretzel, then you need to have that experience.
Did I just show you the back of the shirt more? I don't know if you can see it.
I love it. I love it.
What are you, a proctologist?
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, thanks, Hart. I'll take. Is it on your store?
Oh,
$9.
yeah, it'll be. Yeah.
Kevin will send me the link to your store.
It's just not. It's pieces and bricks.
Oh, well, then I'll find it.
Yeah, it's easy. If you can't find it, I'll send. I can send you the link. That's easy enough.
Yeah.
So
No
yeah,
way.
this is unreal.
I know,
Like-
isn't it unreal? Like, I understand why they put all the lights and stuff, but I want to take them off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It just doesn't. It doesn't add to it.
Well, because you didn't see the lights in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes away from the. Oh, an eye out. Okay, yeah. Just let me know.
Yeah, his eye out means that he'll get it back to you in about 10 minutes.
I don't mind used as long as it's complete. I used to be a new in box because I didn't know better, and now I know better. They're out there. It's just I think a lot of them are pretty, I think, overpriced. But
See, we didn't need to talk to Brent actually, because it says right here.
we could have just read. We could have read that in the book.
Share your idea. Gather support. Lego review. New Lego product. It's that simple. Now, pretty impressive. Obviously, for him to get through not once but twice, and on two very iconic sets. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of the big thing is that and this thing's cool. Like I said, we talked about before with the Big Bang Theory not being 100% identical. This is
Mm-hmm. This is it.
Yeah.
This is like you walk in and this is what you see, or the camera angle from it's completely correct.
Yeah, it's perfect. Chock full of Easter eggs and fun things, and
Mhm.
awesome set.
Yeah, Bearded Brick Builder says he found on Facebook a few weeks ago $275 for Ghostbusters Firehouse.
That's crazy.
There was someone
That's
that put up
ridiculously inexpensive.
there was someone that put up in our area. There was a Ghostbusters Firehouse, a Simpsons house, I think the Quickie Mart. There was 4 or 5 different major sets, and they were all $225 to $250 a set. While when their lines lit up, because about 10,000 people were trying to get a hold of them, they pulled the ad down right away and we might have underpriced this. Yep,
Right.
sure did.
No.
So
Yeah, there was one of the groups I was in today, someone posted it was a small Scooby-Doo bus, and then one of the smaller ones, and then the Mystery Machine, and then the mansion
Okay.
yeah.
listed for $15.
Wow.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. What are you thinking, people? Wow, they they don't know or whatever. But
I almost feel bad, a little bit.
Harley
Yeah.
says, "Do you think they gave a set to each cast member of the show?" That's a good question.
well, Harley, were you here when he was talking about the X-Files stuff?
That was awesome. By the
That
way,
was awesome. She
I wonder
reported
if they
in.
did. Who knows if they actually got it? But I bet it went to their people. You would imagine, right?
Well, if they want it, some of these guys could care less. I mean,
yeah,
it is what
Yeah,
it is. I think it'd be cool to have on the shelf, but yeah. So I mean, it's like the X-Files one the X-Files one was the big one where she reached out to him and said, "Hey, I need that."
Yeah,
that's awesome.
that's awesome.
That was something she thought was cool and cool enough that they needed. And then he said he got the picture of them
With the minifigs. Yeah.
with the minifigs.
I feel like I'd seen that before, but I didn't know enough to know that was him.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. And then even like with them reaching out, like that Batmobile he made for the movie, ridiculous.
Yeah.
At some point, doesn't Lego look at that and go like, this guy's got some mad skills to build stuff like this. Like that's the sets they want to be putting out, right? So it's kind of funny to hear him say too, yeah, I could build it better, so just don't.
Just do my own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
So if you're on the fence about this one, I would say get off of it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like the wall. I already know I got to get a little Seinfeld decal made for this wall.
Did it have anything on it though?
No, but I'm putting it on it.
Oh.
Just so everybody knows it's Seinfeld.
Mm.
Seth, which Ecto 1 is his? The last one that was out. So I think it was a 2014. It was like the very first out of Kuz. It's this one right here, actually. I got it right here. It's this one.
Yeah, it's the same size as a DeLorean. I mean.
Yeah, it's the one that came with the 4 minifigures and. Jenny Bricks got it out. Good night, Jenny Bricks.
Good night, Jenny Bricks.
Yeah, honestly, when I bought that, not that I didn't know what I was buying, but I'm like, oh, these are neat.
Oh, thanks for being here, Jimmy P. Appreciate it.
My partial Dark Ages when I picked those up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I dig it. Is there? And now, we got to get on his website and, of course, check out his website because he has some pretty cool stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
Get some other stuff loaded up. So if he does all the the space people in all the different colors, first thing as he was talking about it, the first thing that popped into my head,
everyone is awesome in Spaceman.
It's going on here.
Yes, I know. That's it. That's exactly what I thought too.
Yeah. I'm like,
that's
why I was looking over at it going, he's listing the colors, and I'm like, I was ready about to start. Are you going to have a pink, white, blue, purple, blue, green, yellow? The orange he said no to, but I've got one in the book. Red, brown, and black? Well, yeah, I've got all those. Sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
That would be pretty awesome.
Actually, you know what you do is, you can totally do it. You add the flat plates coming out up here, and you have them going across or coming up. So you leave these guys on the bottom and have the spacemen coming up. So they'd start down here. This one would be standing up, and then they'd come up to the top corner.
And he wouldn't even have to do them all. They got a red, a yellow, white, and a blue. So he'd just have to do the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Another project. Great.
You're welcome, Jimmy.
Whiteboard. Well, that was so I had a sneak at the peak of the spacemen and can't wait to order them. Yeah, no kidding. Seth missed out on $20 on the other day on Facebook. What did you miss out on, Seth?
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, I haven't seen one that cheap on there, but I have this one and I have this one. I pick them up all the time. I love these things.
I didn't buy the bigger one because I had the smaller one. I just couldn't justify all the things.
Yeah. No, they're pretty cute. I like them. But well, thanks for everybody being here tonight. And the idea is Ecto 1. Oh, cool. That was a blast, and it was thanks to Brickman and, like I said, Tanner for setting all that up and getting Brent here because that was super cool. Something you don't get to experience all the time. With talking to the guys who actually put the sweat into the the sweat equity into these sets, which is
Absolutely.
awesome. So, and especially a set this cool because I don't know. I think I said it in just a private build where we're building all one night. I'm like, how cool would it be? Or where does Lego have to be to realize that these guys that are coming out with these idea sets are killing it, like killing it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
For sure.
not to say that the Lego designers are slouching or not doing a great job, but this idea stuff is. Oof.
Well, Brickman was saying it earlier. The lead of Brickmania is the one who came up with the idea for ideas, which I think I've said it all along. What a concept, right? It's infinite crowdfunding, and what does it cost them to do it? Right? It costs them $500 if somebody gets 10,000 and they don't approve a set. And what does it get them? Like, how much are they making off of this stuff? You can't even imagine. So it's quite the concept to have basically infinite crowdfunding when you run out of things to make sets out of, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so, like I said, with me, this was the only reason I wasn't getting this right away is because I was trying to control what has to happen now. So and so I mean, it's gonna get expensive fast, but whatever. I'm gonna have to do it because it's this show and Big Bang were both huge parts of my life as well, and now I have to go after that Big Bang. So I think Pieces and Brick will have one for me. I think he said $20 for me. It's fringe pricing or something. So see how fast I type.
That too. Brings back for sure.
Yeah.
And I bet they will. I bet they will when the show comes out on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
It'll be back.
Yeah. They'll do something.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, because they still have the rights and everything to it, so why not just milk it?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, but thank you very much, everybody. It's been a pleasure. It's been a slice. Thank you so much for everything, and we'll see you
Sunday
at some time.
Yeah.
To be determined, but we'll be starting on Sunday. So.
Yep. It will be epic.
Yeah, it's going to be a Harley Big Bang. I need that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. We will not have the creators of that on the channel at all. So
that would be wow.
That is a 100% guarantee. So. But we will be here, and we will have a lot of fun doing that. We're good. So far, I know for sure it's Tanner and I, and we'll see who's going to be joining us or what we're going to do. And but as always, guys, thank you for everything. Appreciate it, and stay safe. Good night.
Take care.
Bye.